Hello, everyone. Welcome to Harv's World. Unprepared as I am. It's Friday night. It's impromptu. And, well, you know, these things happen sometimes. After a very long week, how you guys doing? Oh, I don't know about you, but I am ready to relax, chill, have a couple of conversations with Mr. Coors, and just hang out for a while. Eric, Rooster, Deemy, Jordan, how are you guys? Friday nights are always a little bit slower than our normal stream days, and that's totally cool because this is just casual Friday, man. We don't do anything too seriously on Fridays. Now we're rolling. Yeah, we're rolling. I was doing a little bit of setup and got distracted in the setup and didn't quite have my ducks in a row, if you will. But again, it's Friday. It's impromptu. It's casual. Everybody chill. We're all here. And it's just me by myself. Not even a caveman to chat with right now. It's all good. It's all good. I will jump into the YouTube Member Pup Talk channel. Just because I like to give the members an opportunity to hang out on Friday nights and just do whatever. So how have you guys been? You all have a good week? Everything go well? I started this helper in a bad spot toward the end of his run, but that's all good. I can move him. We'll get him elsewhere. I've got plenty to do. It's spring. It's March. No, don't fold the cedar. We're going elsewhere. Come on, let's go. I've got 4 fields that need to be planted between today, or between March and April. And I've got 3 fields that are planted. Go on, brother. And this field is big enough. Yeah, I need 2 cedars working it at all times. It's just stupidly huge. And I kind of like it that way. I do. You guys aren't going to be the chattiest bunch tonight, are you? Eric, how you been, man? Tell me a good story. Jordan, tell us all a good story. You've got something good going on, right? Jordan always has something to talk about. Whether it's a family member getting married or becoming a nurse, or if he had a crappy day because he was spraying down the hog pens. Yeah, I listen. I hear what you guys have to say. Most of the time. Almost always. Oh, I need to get my time is back up. Okay, that's good. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you were sick, Deemy, but glad to hear you're feeling better, on the mend, and good to go. Sick sucks. I actually found out something interesting this week. It's kind of odd, but so I had this little rash on my elbow, and I started putting some cortisone cream on it, try to get it to take care of itself. Well, it wasn't. In fact, it was getting worse, and it started spreading down my forearm. And so I kept putting cortisone on it, and it just kept spreading. And I'm like, maybe I should stop and talk to the doc. So I did, and it turns out he decided, well, he told me that I have a, how do I want to phrase this? I have a sunlight sensitivity allergy that I've never had before. And apparently it tends to crop up in the spring, late spring, early summer, and then over summer it kind of fades and goes away with the more sunlight exposure you get. But he gave me some junk. I'm sure it'll be fine, but yeah, it's weird. Just all of a sudden, I'm sensitive to sunlight, so. And I'm the kind of guy who automatically rolls down the window and puts his arm out the window, and it was that arm hanging out the window that was getting it, so guess I'll keep the windows up from now on. and carry a little sunscreen in the car, but otherwise it's all good. I just thought it was weird. Oh, and I was thinking, man, I'm surprised Too Cool's not here, but Too Cool won't be here because he's on vacation with his lovely wife in Florida and in the Caribbean. He's posted a few amazing pictures of the vacation that he's on right now. Just absolutely stunning scenery and a fantastic looking meal of shrimp that he was having at one point. It was impressive, to say the least. That's right, Davey. I can take the hit. Well, and I didn't live in the desert before either, so the sun intensity here is a little bit more extreme than Indiana, if you know what I'm talking about. Alaskan, how you doing, man? Did I get bit by a vampire? I wish, because that would mean I would be immortal, right? Although I'm not sure I could get by that whole blood-sucking thing. Nah, I don't think blood-sucking and me go hand in hand, but I don't know, you know? I guess you have to try it to find out, maybe? Right, Jordan? That was an impressive meal he was participating in. Wow. I told him to share, but I'm still waiting for that box to show up in the mail. Easy Rider, how you doing, man? You on the road right now? You shut down for the night at least, or something good? Or maybe home for a brief respite before you hit the miles again? And I don't know why on this map, but Coors Play really likes to do 45-degree angles. Like, most of this field is perfectly north and south, but it always wants to run these diagonals, so who am I to complain? The helpers are getting paid and they're doing a fine job. No arguments from me. Hey, Rooster Neck. Rooster Neck was asking in Discord just a few minutes ago, who plays on wheels? Which of you guys have wheels? I know Eric is very much waiting for, or he's saving up for a whole wheel kit in the future. And I know he's really looking forward to that. We've heard about it several times, so I know he's excited about it. And yeah, I mean, okay, let's put it this way, Jordan. The whole drinking blood thing probably is not gonna be something I'm looking forward to. I gotta be honest about that. It's not really gonna be my thing. And then we finished this run here too. So let's stop and find another starting point. Keep letting my other guy do headland passes, and I'll try to get some of this middle cleaned up while he's doing that. I should probably turn on my course view. That's a little bit better. I want to say I need to start at the red marker. Just about right here. That looks right. We'll find out. Yep, there we go. Okay. Yeah, Rooster, I was a keyboard and mouse driver forever. Like for a year and a half. And then a good friend of the stream, Jonathan, when I moved to Nevada, he sent me a housewarming gift, and it happened to be the Logitech heavy equipment bundle with the wheel and the side panel. And I honestly don't think I could play without them now. It's night and day. I did have to buy a stand to put it on because my desk, the lip of my desk was not deep enough to hold them, but your results may vary. There you go. Alaskan runs a wheel and he loves it. How have you been, Alaskan? I saw you drop back into the Discord for a while, and then you headed out again. And I know you do your own thing, man. It's totally cool. I'm not trying to call you out or anything like that. I'm really just curious. I hope you've been well. Didn't you help me out when we first started streaming on? Was that Old Timers Farm? Kaz 64 on 19. I thought that was you. I hope so, Dust Bunny. Because I've got it sitting here in front of me right now and I keep pushing these buttons. And they seem to be doing what I tell them to do. But it could just be a conspiracy. No, honestly, yes, it works brilliantly. You can program the buttons to whatever you like. It comes pre-programmed. The game pre-programs it. It's prepped for it. But I've remapped a lot of stuff because it's just duplicates of things. Or things I don't use often enough to warrant having it on the side panel. So... Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah. I remember that, man. Yeah, the G20 or the G series Logitech. If you don't want the whole side panel and everything, I find it very handy and useful. Like when I move the camera, this is on the side panel joystick. And so, especially for content creators, that's very helpful, at least for me. Um, Although the mouse does it just fine too, probably a little bit faster even. But yeah, the G series Logitech wheels, and some of those G series, I mean, they're almost professional grade. If you're professional racing or something like that. I think Firefight Farmer was running the G series, one of the G series Logitech wheels for a while. And yeah, Eric, um, it should work just fine. I mean, the stand that I bought, it's a pretty basic stand. It's got a place to put my pedals, and it's wide enough to mount the wheel and the side panel. And, I think it was like 80 bucks. It wasn't anything special, but it does a great job. Rooster Neck, and, and let me say this directly, Jellybones, that's a cool name. Welcome to the stream, man. Good to have you here. Eric. I'm just all over the place here. No, it was Rooster Neck. He was asking about the buttons. Now, the one thing about the side panel that I will say, it does have a bad habit of double clicking. So when I hit a button, sometimes it'll double click, and so it won't activate, and I'll have to hit it one more time because it activates and then shuts off immediately. It does have a bad habit of that. But I don't use it for anything that is in a desperate need of activation immediately, so it doesn't really bother me that much, but it does do that quite a bit. So I agree with that, Eric. Video card is always a recommended upgrade. I'm to the point where I really need to start thinking about a new machine. It's not that I have a weak machine necessarily, but I'm using as much of its capacity as I can at any given time. And that's going to become a problem in the not too distant future. I've heard a lot of good stuff about Sim Dashboard Alaskan. Heard a lot of good stuff about it. I want to say it's only available for Android devices, though. You can't get it for Apple devices, and I don't have any Android. So I'm kind of, Sim Dashboard is not in my wheelhouse. Not even remotely in my wheelhouse. And that's something else I'm going to do. I'm going to start up a pig farm today. You can see I've got $1.6 million. This is after this year's sell-off, which just finished up in February. I made $1.5 million this last season on this map, so doing reasonably well. I have my pig food made. I got about 500,000 liters of pig food stored up at this point, ready for hogs to come in. So we're going to give that a shot. I haven't done pigs in 22 yet. Well, we'll see. What Coaster, how's it going, man? Greetings from south and slightly east of you. Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is, Eric. It does get slightly annoying when you hit the activate button and it doesn't do anything. So maybe they need to be just a little bit more clicky or sticky, whatever you want to call it. Well, I'll tell you what, Coaster. There are many, many farmers and ranchers here that would love it if you could send us some of the rain you've been getting. Because we are in what is known as a level 3 drought here in Nevada. I agree, Dust Bunny. I would like somebody to make that mod. But I don't think we'll ever see it officially in game, just because Giants really wants their game, I believe, to be E for everyone. And I feel like that might be something that's off of their radar just for the very reason that they want it to be E for everyone. Gonna go see if I need to clean up anything this guy missed and let him go do his thing. Jellybone's favorite way? I mean, logging is definitely a good choice if you have the forestry for it. Although I haven't done much of it. I don't mind forestry, but it can get real tedious very quickly. My favorite way to start a map, although I've said this in the past, it's actually almost FS22 makes it so lucrative it's almost like cheating in money. Grass work. You can make a truckload of money off of grass work in FS22. Just a truckload of cash from grass. Oh, Jordan, we'll tell your brother that we here at Harv's World said happy birthday. Absolutely, man. Holy crap, Wet Coaster. Yeah, send some of that south. Stop hoarding it. So there's something called the U.S. Drought Monitor that gets updated every week on Thursday mornings. Why do you know this, Harv? Because it's part of my job to know these things these days. Literally. Anyway, we're in a D3 drought condition right now where I live, and it won't be too much longer before we hit a D4 drought condition, which is very severe. And farmers and ranchers around here are very concerned about feeding their cattle. Wilhelmina Forest is on the FS22 Giants testing list. I'll be darned. Interesting. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I started this map out with silage. So I moved recently, just a few weeks ago, to a new place in Nevada, across the state. And the only map I had downloaded was No Man's Land. And I didn't want to go back and play a map that I'd already played. The only map I had downloaded, I should say, that I hadn't played was No Man's Land. So I started out this farm while I had no internet access. It's grown up quite a bit. I'll show you guys the fields real quick. I just laid in a new field today. This field up here. But yeah, these are sizable. This is the sunflower field we were just working on, obviously. This is my cornfield. This little patch here was my sugar beet field. I'm not going to need sugar beets again for at least another year, so that's going to be corn again also. This new field's going to be sorghum. Because it's all about the pig feed, man. And I've got this really cool pig food production that makes pig feed in 3 different ways. It's got a sorghum base, potato base, and a corn base. Omatana, modder of the year. Okay, maybe not of the year, but she's a fantastic modder, and I highly recommend giving her a try. If you haven't tried her mods, for me, I can't get enough of them. Temperate rainforest. I would hope so. I would hope so. All the water you're getting. Nothing good for sale. And I want to look because I installed some new pig pens. That's the one. Ooh, that's beefy. I hope this does not pay me for I don't want that there. Because it's got solar panels on the roof, so I'd hope I don't make money every month. I don't really like doing that, but yeah, I want it out a little bit. That's probably a good spot. Get it right on the road. That'll work. I have not tried this pig pen before, so I'm not entirely sure how it's all going to work out. I'm not buying straight from the animal dealer, though. That's interesting. Food, slurry, and so I need to get straw in here. I hope it takes bales. That's one of my concerns. I had a hard time finding a pig pen that I liked, which might sound a little bit odd. They didn't make the gates open. That's interesting. Nope, doors don't open. But I did find a pack finally on ModHub. It's a animal pen pack that comes from FS19 actually. It's kind of the European version. Oh, thanks, Jellybones. So you're in Pennsylvania and you are what, you work a dairy or like a beef ranch or what kind of cattle operation do you do in real life? I've got a friend who's thinking about starting up a haying operation on about 10 acres. Be interesting to see if he pulls it off. I'm excited for him if he can do it. Be very excited for him. Now, just in anticipation of starting up this hog operation, I installed a new trailer mod, animal transport mod today, because it does such a brilliant job with pigs. The 3-floor Micheletto holds 144 pigs. And of course we can't have that blue, it's got to be Hardsworld red. 75,500. Really, Eric, how's that happening? Like, are they just having to budget differently, or what's going on with that? Because that's, it seems to me like that would be a little bit of a priority. Oh, very cool, dude. Very, very cool. 300 head of dairy cattle. Now, am I crazy? But you know, isn't dairy cattle really, or dairies in general, you know, very difficult, very competitive, hard to make a living at, that sort of thing? Well, I could buy sheep, but that would be stupid. These guys are 4 months old. Oh, so they only need 2 more months, and then they can start reproducing. All right, I'm buying the young ones. I think we're going to get the pie-eyed pigs. And I think we're going to start with the 120. Look at them all packed in there. Nice. Now, normally I wouldn't necessarily have bought this trailer, but to make money with pigs, it's all about just selling them back as they breed. So I'm going to need to haul pigs frequently once they fill up my pen, and I might actually put in a second pen. Bandman, hello. Oh, come on, Jordan. I was counting on you, man. These guys must weigh a lot, too, because I'm having a hard time getting them up to speed. You know, when you run a truck like this with livestock in it, one thing you have to keep in mind is you got to keep it moving, otherwise the animals have a chance, or a possibility of overheating. When I used to drive a truck long haul, man, if I was going to get my doors blown off, get past like I was standing still, it was most likely going to be by somebody hauling animals, cattle or otherwise. Those guys do not waste time. We're talking like 80, 90 miles an hour. And this was back when that was against the law. Some states that's kind of the norm, but now, but back then, not so much. I want to see something, because I saw something. Yes. This is kind of cool. So it actually unfolds and creates an animal chute. I think it needs to tip a little bit. Oh well, that'll do. Alright, I've got 120 pigs to start this mother up with. It's so far of a drive to no man's land. We need pig feed. That's this big old beast right over here. Do about 200,000 liters. Oh, I'm sure easy. I don't doubt it for a second. Oh, I know. I just bought a gallon Jello Bones, and it was $4 a gallon. So yeah. So Jello Bones, do you guys do the total mix ration, feed your cows special so they produce more, that kind of thing? You know, do you chop corn to make silage and then mix it with hay and add mineral feed and all of that stuff? Extra proteins and things of that nature? Alaskan, yes. You're right. Sheep make wool. Pigs make, but it's Friday. It's been a long week. It's been a very busy week. In a good way, though. I wish it would do that. It would be kind of cool to actually see the animals unloading, walking out into the pig pen. That's enough for now. Oh, cool, Owzy. Very cool. Yeah, that was one of the things. I've talked about this, and I've mentioned it quite a bit before, but I started watching. It's called 10th Generation Dairyman on YouTube. Oh, that gate did open up finally. That's weird. That's really weird. Oh well, whatever. Now it works. Get up. There's no sleeping on the job. You need to get busy growing and making baby pigs. Alright. Hopefully those pigs will be fed for a while. My 2,000 chickens are doing quite nicely. They make me a lot of money every year. I average about 150,000 liters of eggs per year to sell. Oh, wow. They gave you a brand new trailer? Wow. Oh, nice, Jelly Bones. Yeah, that was one of the cool things about watching 10th Generation Dairyman was I think you can stop now. I'm pretty sure you're into the section that I completed for you, so. Quick wash job. There's a company that's using corn to make cat litter. Okay, that's pretty funky. I'm going to run back over to the area that this guy did and just double check and make sure everything got covered. Oh, that's a good point. Alaskan, yeah. I've got the pigs now. I get bacon and eggs. I even have potatoes growing in my greenhouses, so I can have home fries too for breakfast if I want to. Maybe some potato bread. Oh, this looks pretty well planted. Fuzzy Farming Sim. Welcome to Harv's World. It's going great, man. It's Friday night. This is Casual Friday. Impromptus. I do it when I feel like. I don't always do it, but most of the time I do because I generally feel like it. Alright, sunflower field looks like it's in good shape. I should go ahead and set this guy up for planting corn, because we're going to be planting plenty of corn tomorrow and sorghum. Fuzzy Farming Sim. That's quite a handle you got there, brother. And even though I have a seed tender, I'm going to go ahead and just buy more seed for this guy. I've got the money for it. I might need to buy another tractor, and actually I probably need to invest in a second harvester if I'm honest. I got a lot of acreage now. And I don't see that getting any better because I feel like I need one more field to put soybeans in. What's my favorite band? Rooster? It's hard to put a name on any one thing. I tend to be a little bit more heavy metal-ish these days. In This Moment is a favorite. The Pretty Reckless. I like the Pretty Reckless a lot. And I was just talking about this with somebody the other day. Metallica is pretty awesome. And I'm trying to think. There's another one that's just a lot of fun to listen to. They don't take themselves too seriously. I'm going to look at my playlist here real quick, and I'll give you a rundown on what Harv listens to from time to time. Firefighting Farmer, how you doing, bud? How goes the house? Theory of a Dead Man, that's the one that I was thinking of. I really like Theory of a Dead Man. Oh, if I had to pick a favorite out of all these, though, it would be Volbeat. I really love Volbeat. They do some amazing things, and it's not always the same. They pick different musical styles, that kind of stuff. And of course, Kevin, Zilch is totally on the list. How you doing, man? What's the good word, Kev? Is Karen still at work, even though it's almost midnight there? Roosterneck, you might be shocked and amazed to know that I actually know Steel Panther. I actually own a Steel Panther album, and they are hilarious. They crack me up, man. And that's a good call. They are just a lot of fun and don't take themselves too seriously. Natural scented clumping corn cat litter. Wow. twice as much liquid as clay litter despite being half the weight. Quote unquote from Google. Get a final application of fertilizer on these sunflowers, and then it might be time to jump into April. Oh, I should check my pigs real quick in my screens and see. Yeah, Steel Panthers is a hoot. They crack me up. Plus, they're pretty dirty too, which I kind of get a kick out of. I've got a real dark side sometimes. Nah, you're not too old. I mean, I could throw Johnny Cash in there, David Allan Coe, old school country. That's the only country I listen to. I don't really care for the new pop country stuff usually. But some old country, but I tend to be more of a rock and roller. But then, you know, I can throw Holst, who is a composer, especially the planets, Mozart, Beethoven, Chopin, Wagner operas. Yeah, I'm kind of a, for the most part, I'll say I'm all encompassing music listener. But I gotta be honest with you guys. I know the kids these days love it, but I cannot get behind rap. Sorry guys. Ixnay on the app ray. Girl from Oklahoma. I take it you're from Oklahoma, Rooster. Don't start quoting lyrics. Harv's World is family friendly, and those guys are pretty darn filthy. Oh, you're very welcome, Fart Fuzzy. You're in good company. A lot of these people got started the exact same way. It's actually sort of my claim to fame. That's what I built my reputation on, trying to be as helpful as possible. Get new. I've always believed that new players are the heart and soul of Farm Sim. It's what, you know. It's not the old players. The old players are already sold on the product, man. It's the new folks coming in that keep the game interesting and alive. You guys are what makes it happen. All right, Jellybones, take care, bud. It was good chatting with you too, man. Look forward to seeing you again sometime. That song is accurate, huh? I'm not sure if I want to go to Oklahoma or not now. Well, I'm not the biggest country fan, I'll admit, but two country artists that I did come to appreciate when I was a kid. I mean, a young kid too. I would go to work with my old man in the evenings because he did janitor work in the evenings, and we used to clean this old drugstore, and they had an 8-track tape player in the back to pipe music through the whole store. And one of the 8 tracks they had was the best of Johnny Cash. And anytime I was in there after hours and it was closed, I would always put on the best of Johnny Cash. So that was kind of a memory from my childhood, and I appreciate Johnny Cash. And actually, those old songs aren't the one I like him most for. He did a cover of a Nine Inch Nails song called Hurt that is absolutely amazing. And then David Allan Coe, a friend of mine, was a diehard David Allan Coe fan, and every time we got together, he was playing our David Allan Coe's greatest hits. Which David Allan Coe is kind of a name that, unless you're a diehard country fan, most people wouldn't recognize. But he wrote for a lot of different country artists songs, and a lot of songs that you might not recognize, or you might recognize but don't know who did them. Well, they were written by David Allan Coe, and he performs them on some of his albums, so it's pretty cool. Midge, I would absolutely prefer listening to a yodeler than a rapper. Yes, I would. And I gotta tell you guys, my mouth can be as dirty as anybody else's, and so can my mind, but I don't know. Rap just does not do it for me. Like, it's a style that I just don't appreciate. And maybe I'm just a crotchety old man. If that's the case, I can live with that. Doo-wop. Well, there's a great doo-wop Billy Joel song, The Longest Time. And then you've got the old school crooners that used to do the hobo 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 crap, like Frank Sinatra and Bing Crosby. Remember those guys? What are your guys' favorite what's the favorite music you guys like listening to? I mean, if you like rap, that's totally cool. I'm not sitting here going to diss on people for liking rap just because I don't. I'm like, I'm an equal opportunity. Like what you like, man. I'm just telling you that it's not my thing. But if you like it, more power to you. I just don't want to hear it when I'm sitting next to you in my car. I always say, this is very much the crotchety old man coming out at me, but it's like, if I can hear somebody else's music from their car in my car, I just always look at them and go, if I wanted to listen to your music, I'd ride with you. Like, if I wanted to hear your music, I'd ride in your car. But people are who people are. It's part of being part of the world, right? Sunflower's just about done for one more year, except for the harvesting part. I'm really interested to plant my new sorghum field, just because it's kind of an odd field. It's got sort of an upper and a lower section to it. Somebody asked me, I think it was last week, like, why are my fields oddly shaped, and I left all these trees and everything? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I could flatten everything and make everything perfectly square, but I don't know. You guys tell me. Do you guys want more stylistic, natural feeling farms, or you just want a laid out, plaid, square fields, everything? I like the challenge of something. I don't want anything too dramatic, but I like to leave these trees and stuff in here and build my fields around them, because that's what people would do in the real world. Now, granted, plenty of farmers have cleared trees to make a field, but probably not when they're quite as thick as some of the ones Alien Jim has put on his map here. Dust Bunny likes Keith, urban, country, and some classical. Very cool, Dust Bunny. Oh, Alaskan really likes the old school stuff. That's cool, man. I like big band. I like a lot of the 60s. And you're probably talking about probably the 50s, early 60s Alaskan. That's right, Rooster Neck. David Allan Coe wrote the perfect country song. That's absolutely right. James, Maniac Street Preachers, and Pulp. That's interesting. I've never heard of any of those guys, Fuzzy. Um, oh, Kevin, I need to come and see your new band, man. Those are hitting. Those are hitting all of the. Makes you or yeah, it's ticking all the boxes for me, as the Brits might say. That's cool, man. Exactly, Midge. You do need trees for windbreaks. This has turned in quite the nice farm, I think. I'm enjoying it. Did I show you guys the open air garden? So I'm using all. This is an Omatana silo, 5 million liter silo. This is her pig food mixer. It's doing a fantastic bang up job when I've got enough stuff to keep it running. Running. This my voice breaks like a 12-year-old boy. Exactly, Alaskan. Especially when you've played this game as long as you and I have. So these are the Omatana open air gardens. And these are very, very cool. She's got numerous recipes. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I want to check my pigs real quick. That's what I thought it was going to do, but that's cool. Oh, I forgot the straw. I've got to get them some straw. Okay, we'll do that. So this is one of them, and it's like the greenhouses on steroids. So you can do your tomatoes, lettuce, and strawberries, but you can also do potatoes and sunflowers, and you can do higher producing recipes by adding seeds and solid fertilizer or seeds and manure. So if I wanted to triple my potato output, I'd buy some manure to put in here. Actually, I should have that potato activated too, because I always have water. So there's no reason to not activate potatoes on water, but then potato, that's double production now. So yeah, I wasn't doing that before. Anyway, I noticed that for the first time today, Dust Bunny. I just made my way through winter, and I was driving by, and I was like, holy crap, those have hoop houses on them. So in the winter, these automatically have tents that get placed over the top so that they remain greenhouses all winter long. And then in the springtime, it takes the tents right back off and everything's all open again. These are exceptionally cool. Love them. Midge, I couldn't be happier with the animal product shed. So this is my chicken coop, and this is where my eggs would normally come out right here. Well, this is the animal product shipping shed, or I think let's just look and make sure that I've got my ducks in a row. So production. I've got too many productions installed these days. I don't think it's all the way down here. Oh, was it in selling points? Nope. I don't think it was just in buildings. Too many mods. You can never have too many mods. Let's look at this one more time. Anyway, this little shed has a trigger, and you can see how it's kind of overlapped here just a little bit, And so you overlap the shed's big trigger with your animal product trigger. And what this does is it takes in any of your animal products, and then you can set it, and I'll show you in my menu here, egg shipping. So I can set it to distributing, and now that it's distributing, it will go into my egg storage shed here automatically and store it. I've got 63,000 liters of eggs in here that are going from this to this to this. That's how they work. Oh, Midge, they're under animals? Okay, good to know. It's kind of a almost pseudo-logical place for it to... Oh, that's right, it's under each individual. So it's this thing, the egg shipping. And you can kind of see it's got its own trigger out there. And so you just line those up. And there you have it. And that's right, Death Bunny, there is one for wool, honey, and eggs. And they've been working brilliantly. So it doesn't matter what time of day it is, although I got to remember I got to get straw. This is what I need right here. See if I can find out where the pig pen takes its straw. Yeah, so I'm sure you guys remember watching me, you know, fast forwarding time to try to get through the night, but I'd have to stop and move egg pallets over to by hand to keep the thing clear so that I wouldn't get that warning that there's no more room to place eggs anywhere. Really? You're not going to give me that one last bale? Alright, fine. Have it your way. So Alaskan, you're playing a map with no mods at all. That's your goal, is to just never use any mods. And what really makes the game? Are you thinking that mods make the game, or are you saying that that you're enjoying it with no mods? I'm actually interested to know what your perception on that is. I've always made the comment that FS without mods would be a dead game in 3 or 4 months. I've always believed that the modders keep things fresh and interesting and give us new things to involve ourselves with. And this does not appear to be taking bales. Am I really going to have to buy a bale shredder for this? That was fun. That's a nice test. It's a nice test, Alaskan. And I don't blame you for wanting to give it a shot. I mean, what's there to blame? That's not really the point, but I'm gonna try one last thing here, and if this doesn't work, then I'll know I gotta buy a bale shredder. Talk to my buddy Caveman and see if he can't just make this accept bales. Ah, there we go. They were just too high off the ground. Okay. We've got straw for our pigs. Perfect. South Louisiana, but don't like the contracts and trees are too close to the fields. If if you haven't tried it easy, and I don't know I mean, maps can be real personal, like, you know, what you like, what you don't like, that sort of thing. Um, Alien Gym has a new version. It's kind of like No Man's Land, but it's called Western Wilds, so there's one to think of. But Oxygen David put his first map out for FS22. It's been out for quite some time, but I really, really, really liked Calmsden Farm. I thought it was a fantastic map, and I couldn't tell you what it was that I enjoyed about it so much, but I did absolutely love it. And had a really good time playing that map. So, you know, results may vary. If you're looking for something more involved, I know there's a new version of Pacific, or not Pacific Northwest, but the map we played in, essentially Alaska. What was that? Did I ever decide on a cowshed midge? I think I've got it installed, so let me take a look. There is one that I really enjoy using. Cows. It's this one here. It's called My Cow Pasture. It's on ModHub. Had a lot of luck with this. It holds almost 500 cows. It looks the part, so it doesn't look like you're jamming a bunch of cows into space that couldn't really necessarily house them. But yeah, I really like this particular cow pasture for the moment. I'm not going to do cows on this one. I knew you guys. I knew you guys weren't gonna. I can't tell you what that is yet. Um, I will. I promise you, you will hear about it on Harv's World. I'm testing something for a friend, and if it works the way he intends for it to work, it might be one of the most creative mods I've ever seen for Farm Sim, particularly Farm Sim 22. And that's all I can tell you about it right now, guys, until I get permission to share what it is. But it is a form of production, yes, and it has nothing to do with fish. I'll tell you that right now. It's only in the pond because I felt like sticking it in the pond. That's the only reason. But I will let you know. As soon as I can, I'll be telling you all about that mod. With a little bit of luck, you'll even see it pop up on ModHub. But it's simple, but solves a need, and the simplicity is what makes it creative and brilliant. Well, let me get out of this stupid month into April so I can get the rest of my crops planted. 6 might be a little early. Let's sleep till 7. Oh, and there's that creepy monster that rears its ugly head on No Man's Land, but you never see him. Well, honey's going for a good price right now. Sharko, how you doing, man? Peter Tutton. Sharko, if you wanted to join me, I am in the YouTube members chat, so if you wanted to join me, feel free, man. So, of course, my viewers never miss anything, and they were asking about this. And I was just telling them that I couldn't tell. So, It's really up to you when you're ready for that. It is something that Sharko built, guys. It's something that Sharko built. All credit to him. But I'm not sure he's quite ready to share. It really is. People throw this word around a little bit. I feel like it's a game changer. It might not be as major a game changer as say Seasons was for FS19, but it does a little bit of something that really kind of changes the landscape a bit. All right, I'm building it up too much. It's going to be a disappointment now because I built it up too much. But I was very impressed. One called. I haven't heard of the Holler. We played Hobo's Hollow for a while. I'm sure you knew about that. Does it pull tractors out of Midge? That is a brilliant observation. No, it doesn't pull tractors out of water. But who better than Sharko to mod something that would pull tractors out of water? That's nice, dude. Brilliant. Excellent. Yes, it is, Sharko. Yes, it is. We just want to do 2 headlands on this. It's a smaller field. Generate the course. There we go. Alright, this guy's going to plant corn while I go find my other tractor. And I'm going to go plant some sorghum. You are correct, Senor Sharko. This is a big farm. This is go big or stay home farm, so So I downloaded the last one that you posted that said this is the final version. But apparently the final version isn't really the final version. Sorghum, here I come. There's never a final version in modding. Ain't that the truth, Alaskan? Sugarcane was the most produced crop or livestock product worldwide. I could see that. That's why we have so many sugar addicts these days. Who doesn't love sugar? Oh, Peter, I'm sorry to hear that, man. The flu is the worst, too. God, it makes you feel so crummy from head to toe. I hope you kick it in the backside soon, my friend. I don't know yet how well this field's going to work out because it's really on a hilly portion of the map. But I didn't alter the landscape too much. I wanted to go with all natural. I might have to cut a few more trees though. It looks like I got a little bit close to one over here. And right about there. Yep, yep. Time for some tree removal. Very excited for you, Sharko. I hope it works out. First mod, very first mod ever. And you have to work on Sunday, right, Sharko? So you won't be able to join us for the stream. Am I remembering that correctly? You've had the flu for 6 weeks? Wow, I've never heard of one going on for that long, man. I hope you're okay. I really do. It's alright, man. Real life always comes first. See, this is the funky part of this field. There's no trees to contend with too much except for that one little section, but it's this steep incline right here, which is going to make harvesting a real challenge because I've got that mega header. I think it worked out okay though. See, this is kind of what I enjoy is, finding unique ways to edge fields in where they as much as you possibly can without having to completely destroy whatever landscape you're working on. But it's your game, play it your way. Wow, the whole family. And 3 bouts of it. That's some rough action, man. Well, we'll touch base before then, Sharko, and see how you want things handled, man. I wasn't even going to give your name away. But we should probably stop teasing it because we're building it up too much for everybody now. And if it's not some grandiose thing that's doing just the most amazing thing that nobody ever thought of before, they're going to be disappointed. Which, for me, I kind of feel like that's what it does. But sometimes I can be very easily impressed or amused. I admit it. I own it. Tis what 'tis. Yeah, we got quite the Friday night crowd coming in, guys. Thank you so much for dropping in, hanging out in Harv's World. You know, it's Friday night casual farming, man. Nothing terribly special, just a chance to talk to the guys who've been, the folks, I should say, not necessarily guys, there's plenty of girls too. They've been following me and supporting me for so long. Gives me a chance to just chill and play a little bit for fun, test out a few things from time to time, and get to know all you folks a little bit better too. And hi, I play. I'm sorry I didn't see you come in. I was busy talking to Sharko, I suppose. It wasn't intentional. Forgive me, please. No, it's good to see you as always. And it also means I don't have to drink alone. Friday nights are for drinking with other people. That just happens to be you guys. No George Thorogood here. Some of you will know what I'm talking about. Kevin will know what I'm talking about. I'll bet he's covered that song more than once. For those of you who don't know I announced this on stream at one point. Our illustrious moderator, Kevin Perlinsky, is, well, I'm sure you've picked up on it if not, but Kevin, in his spare time when he's not working on people's cars, is a drummer. That's our Kev right there, man. Great pictures. He sent those to me back when my P.O. box was still active, which unfortunately it's not anymore because I moved. And that's his lovely wife, Karen. There's a whole backstory about Kevin and Karen, which was just, I still think back on that and smile every time I think about it, Kevin. I know what happened now, but it still just gives me a chuckle. You told me what was going on with that. So it was like, at first there was Karen, and then there was Kevin, but there was never Karen and Kevin at the same time. And if you watch my video series on Chellington, he actually makes it into that storyline where I'm sitting in a pub, an English pub. Anyway, watch the video. It was fun telling that little story. That's the one, Rooster Neck. That's the one. I was never the biggest fan of George Thorogood, but you couldn't live during that time period when his music was really popular and not know the song I Drink Alone. Peter, as soon as I can get my ducks in a row, as I keep telling everybody, I've got to stay focused on my job. That's got to be my first priority. I'm keeping the channel going through the streams. It's not the only reason I stream. I do enjoy doing it. I do want to get back to the videos. I promise you, it's coming. I've just got to, keep a life balance, and my job, and this is not an exaggeration, I've told this on stream before, but the job I'm learning to do has many different programs and aspects to those programs. And there's no less than 40 handbooks ranging anywhere from 1 to 900 pages. No exaggeration, 40 handbooks, and I would say they range from 1 to 900. The average is probably 600. And that's a lot of information to try to absorb in just a few months. It's worse than being in college sometimes. So, no, I'm going to get back to it. I've told folks before also, Peter, that I do know for a fact that there's one final episode of season 2 of Off the Grid. And then I'm going to start working on season 3. And I think I know what's happening in that final episode for the most part. I just have to figure out how to pull it off. Give me another month. I just am getting settled in here in a new town while trying to learn the new job. It's been kind of a headache ever since I started this job. Not that the job is bad. I enjoy what I'm doing now. It's a lot to manage, and when I started YouTube and all of the stories and the videos and everything, I was unemployed. And I had all the time in the world. I could invest 50 or 60 hours a week in the channel, and that's what I was doing. And, you know, I realize that you guys love to watch that stuff, and I love making it for you. But I just have to make sure I don't burn myself out, because then I'll just pull the plug and walk away, and that nobody wants that. I don't want that. You don't want that. But the job has to come first. And I really appreciate everybody being understanding and patient about it. Most people, you all have been, and I don't fault you for asking. Please keep asking, because that lets me know that that you all are still interested. So anyway, I tend to ramble sometimes, so my apologies, but I do feel bad that I haven't gotten the videos out. But, you know, anyway, moving right along, Easy Rider, a member for 7 months, and he is now a gold member. Outstanding. We've got so many gold members now. It's very, very cool. Kevin, Eric, I think Eric was the first gold member ever. Can't forget that. Eric jumped on board real early. Very, very dedicated Harv's World supporter. Has literally watched every video I've ever made. Every single one of them. That's a lot of hours of watching, and I very much appreciate it, Eric. It's always good to see you. And you're one of those, I want to say voices, but it's not a voice per se, but I always look forward to seeing you in chat, man. At least, now that I've gotten the move out of the way, I've gotten back to my normal streaming schedule on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then the Friday impromptus, of course. So things are moving back in the right direction again. That's exactly right, Midge. You need the TM to reference the FM that specifies where in Japan. Couldn't have said it better myself. That's pretty much it. I'm sorry, Dust Bunny. I missed your question. My apologies. No, you can absolutely play Farm Sim without an internet connection. There's no internet connection required whatsoever. Even if you're playing on Steam, Steam allows you to play in offline mode. The only thing it won't do is update your information to the cloud. Well, looks like the cornfield is done just about in time for me to finish up the sorghum field. Outstanding. Perfect timing. CFL, very cool. How did you, Yeah, I remember you, man. Living in Saskatchewan, absolutely. I know you're the big fan of the Rough Riders. So how did you get FS22 for free? I'm curious about that. Not that I need a copy or anything, but maybe my subscribers or my viewers here would enjoy knowing where they could pick up a free copy if they don't have it already. Eric Kuntz, I'm thinking of you. Not that you're ready to play it yet, but why not get a free copy if it's available somewhere, man? Touch up a few little spots I missed, and sorghum is complete. Alright, that'll do. Game Pass on Xbox is giving away free copies of FS22. Wow, that's cool. Oh, but is Game Pass a subscription type thing, or is it as long as you have an account? Is it just the account, or do you have to pay a subscription fee for Game Pass? Probably a subscription, huh? Feed the chickens. Check the cornfield. Check the cornfield. Yeah, I figured, okay, that one little corner over there he missed. Do you guys do this, like, feel compelled to go back and get these little edges and stuff? Please tell me I'm not the only one. You know, it's the smallest little segment, and there really isn't that much to it, but I feel like I have to go back and fill in every little spot, even though, you know, realistically it's not going to account for more than, say, 10 or 20 liters. I still feel like I just have to go do it. All right, Kev, you have a great night, man. Good to see you again, as always, brother. We will catch you later. Now, obviously, big patches like this, I definitely want to come back and get. I don't want to leave a hole in the field, but I mean, even if it's just like a little tiny edge like that right there, I just have to go and make sure it's all done. Oh, absolutely, I play. Absolutely. I'm not doing it on a contract. No way. Alright, that should... Oh, no. We got one last field to plant. Now this was my sugar beet field before, but it produced almost 500,000 liters of sugar beets, so I don't need sugar beets again. But I could use the extra corn, so I'm going to plant it in corn this year, and then I'll probably go back to sugar beets again next year. I blame Lifehawk. It's always his fault. Something that is happening on the Harvest World Discord for those of you who are race fans or arcade race fans. Lifehawk is kind of trying to bring people together to form just a group to get together and race with. I know, and it's on Forza 5. So if you've got Forza 5, or you enjoy Forza 5, or you've been interested in Forza 5, feel free to join or contact Lifehawk. And I think next Monday is sort of the first group gathering, but that doesn't mean you all can't, play together whenever you want to. It's just this is like one that's officially announced on the Discord that everybody will be getting together to play Forza 5 on Monday if they're interested. There's even I don't remember what they're called exactly in Forza, Car Club or Racing Club or whatever, but the club is called FARM, F-A-R-M, and it's the Farmers and Racers Mafia. Alaska, yes, absolutely. I will gladly, I own it. I will gladly own the OCD and what I'm talking about, without a doubt. I can't just leave it. I plowed that field. I prepped it for crop. There must be crop in it every square inch. Roosterneck, can you join on Xbox? Yeah, so I play on Steam. Lifehawk plays on Steam, but we all have to have an Xbox account to be able to even play Forza. So there's no reason. It's totally cross-platform, man. So absolutely. There is a Forza 5 channel, or some Forza 5 channels now on the Discord, just to bring people together, give everybody a little bit of something different to do outside of farming. And yeah, everybody's welcome. I mean, and this is not a streaming thing. This is not necessarily a Harv's World thing, although it's going to be sponsored by my channel, I guess, more than anything, if you want to call it that. I'll be playing from time to time. This is just something to, bring people together, make a few friends, have a few laughs, play a game together that isn't farming related. Why do I feel like something ain't there? That's what I was looking for. Thank you. Monday, 8:30 EST. Yeah, Rooster. Yeah, just look for it's under other games and stuff section, and there's a Forza 5 chat channel and then a Forza 5 voice channel. So feel free to jump in there or talk to Lifehawk. Lifehawk is very good at talking to people and bringing them together. He's a very positive kind of guy. Anyway, something different. And one thing I will reiterate or add, I think I might have said in the past, that Forza 5 is an outlet for me to relax and do something that's not channel related. So won't be any streaming of Forza 5. There won't be any videos of Forza 5. We're not gonna expand the horizons into Forza 5 or anything. It's just a little something extra for you guys to do to hang out and make some friends. So even if I'm playing, guys, it's just for fun. Right, Alaskan? I didn't know for the longest time. Like, it's been ages since I even looked at a new game. And with all the videos and streams and everything, I mean, between FS19 and FS22, and I'm sure I'm short compared to a lot of the content creators, but I alone have over 4,000 hours of playtime in the last 2 years. And actually, guys, what's the date today? Is today the 16th of June? It is. I think, and I'm sure one of you guys can tell me this, if you look it up real quick, this might be the 2-year anniversary. Maybe Sunday's going to be the 2-year anniversary stream for Harv's World. Because I know I posted my first video, I'm pretty sure it was in June of 2020. I'm almost 100% sure of that. Wow. It's really been 2 years. Yes, it has. Thank you, Peter. I knew one of you. So that's tomorrow. Or for you guys. Oh, no, today's the 17th. Because it's after midnight for y'all. It's still the 16th for me. It's only 9:41. Well, yeah, and I mean, Eric, that's it's funny. Playing Farm Sim, it's almost a requirement that you at least try ATS at least once. Like, for some reason, the two games just go hand in hand. I don't know if it's mindset, game style, because they're both just pretty casual, relaxed games. You just kind of get on and do your thing and whatever. But yeah, a lot of Farm Sim players end up playing ETS or ATS. And I've done some ATS. A little bit. It wasn't as much my cup of tea as it is for a lot of folks, but it's interesting. And I can definitely see the appeal. I was kind of curious if somebody would look and see what the date was that I posted my first video, because I know we're within a week of when that happened. I'm pretty darn sure. Alaskan, you'd be in good company, brother, because I think we're all in that boat. But excuse me, I'm so sorry, but I keep saying this, but it's absolutely true. There's still nothing wrong with FS19. It's still a great game, and in fact, I can think of one way that it's superior to FS22, and that's simply in the number of mods and especially the number of maps that are available. Right now, FS22 has a shortage of, and I don't mean to say this to take away from the map makers who have made maps and everything, but we just don't have the range and quality of maps in FS22 yet that we did in FS19. It is what it is. Thank you, Midge. June 17th. So for me, that's tomorrow. For you guys, that's today. This is the 2-year anniversary of Harv's World. Holy shnikes, we're going to have to do something extra on Sunday. I wish Sharko could be there with us now. We'll see. See if I can come up with something for an anniversary between now and Sunday. Well, thank you, Mrs. Tutton. Thank you so much. That's very sweet of you. I wish there was a way I could know for sure when he's officially the one back, so that we can officially wish him a happy birthday. That's a great suggestion, Alaskan. ATS, ETS, and Farm Sim all at the same time. Oh, and give me a little bit of Red Dead Redemption 2 thrown in for the mix. I'll take all three. I'll take all three for the win, Alex. Mr. Coors never lets me down. Well, the first video was definitely the Pacific Northwest. I remember it well, and I have gone back and viewed a little bit of those, and they are quite cringeworthy. The audio was horrible. I didn't know what to say half the time. But it was fun. Good night, iPlay. Good to see you again as always. That's actually one of the obstacles of being so farm sim centric. Although I have branched out a little bit from time to time, but there's only so much you can do from a, let's call it, a director's perspective of setting up a shot or an angle. You're kind of restricted by the game and what the game is capable of. So finding unique and creative ways sometimes to overcome that can be quite the challenge. Have you guys seen this, how the field gets all splotchy after you first plow one in, create a new one? It's kind of weird. Like, I wonder if that's where bushes were or something. I don't know. But when you plow the grass under, it creates the first layer of fertilizer, but it doesn't do it completely. So then you have to come back over and do a second application of fertilizer, but you're just wasting most of your fertilizer, but it still, at least in my book, has to be done. So whatever. Maybe on the first stream, Eric. But June 17th was definitely the anniversary date, and that'll be the 2-year mark. But we're not talking about monetization. The monetization date is 9 months later. I want to say I was monetized. Was it in January? June? That would be 7, 8. No, it had to be February. February of 21 was when I hit the 1,000 subscriber goal and was monetized. Yep, pretty sure that's the case. Well, we just might, Eric, or Easy. We just might. I have to think of something. I haven't given away any T-shirts or anything in a while. In fact, I don't sell any real merchandise, so I need to look into those just because I should see what's still available to everybody. Not quite big enough for merchandise yet, although I know quite a few people have enjoyed uh, buying it and receiving it from time to time. It's just not a definitive, or we don't have a definitive audience for merch quite yet. Somebody said earlier, I think it might have been Alaskan, talking about, especially on a 4 times map, you need the mods to really make it playable, which is absolutely true. But even on a 1 times map like this one on No Man's Land, I've got some pretty sizable fields, not so dramatic that I couldn't handle them on my own without mods necessarily. Especially, time adjustment can make all the difference sometimes too. But when you have enough room to merge and just create fields of your own and whatnot, having some extra mod help really makes a difference. I kind of just feel the urge for big scale farm. I think I've done so much small scale in the past, just cracking things open in giant fields with massive equipment, and that's where we're kind of headed on our $12 million a year or $1 million a month challenge on the regular streams. Oh, okay, Eric, I see now. Well, Midge, believe it or not, I've actually reached out to Fent in the past when I was doing we were doing the fundraiser to help needy families at Christmas. I reached out to Fent, and their response was, "Yeah, good luck with that." On the flip side of that, Giants actually made a donation to the cause, and it brought in, and Giants donation brought in an extra couple $100. But Fent wouldn't even bat an eye. They're like, "Well, this is where our merchandise shop is. Go buy some stuff." So I'm like, whatever, man. Do you have any idea how much free advertising you've gotten from me? But when you're as big as AGCO, and AGCO is trying to rule the agricultural equipment world, I guess little guys like Harv don't mean too much to them. Heck, they won't even let Giants put a Fent hat in the game. We got 2 stinking John Deere hats and no Fent hat. Enough said. Oh, easy. That's awesome, dude. All right, I'll start thinking up some stuff to do on Sunday for a 2-year anniversary stream. Ooh, that barley field's looking good. Oh yeah, that looks real good. There you go. Switch to Kubota out of spite now that the problem is Kubota doesn't make a 517 horsepower tractor that'll go 42 miles an hour. To be honest with you, when I was a brand new player, I didn't know much about farming, farm sim, real life or otherwise. I wanted a tractor that would do everything that I needed it to do and get me there as quickly as possible. And that's when I found the Fendt 1050, and I was like, this is the tractor. So it was the first tractor I fell in love in farm sim, and it's been my tractor ever since. And of course, you've seen on this farm, I've already got 2, and I'm probably going to end up with a 3rd as big as these fields are getting. It is what it is. This has been a fun Friday night, ladies and gents. That's what Sharko's for. All right. Peter Tutton, before I leave, happy birthday, man. Happy birthday, everybody. Big shout out and a happy birthday to Peter Tutton, man. Man, my voice is really breaking up, so I'm going to call it a night, guys, but I did want to get that to Peter. Don't ask me how I know Peter. I'm not gonna rat out anybody, but happy birthday, man. It's always good talking to you. I hope you kicked that flu. But yeah, guys, thanks so much. I guess we're looking forward to a slightly bigger stream on Sunday than usual because it's going to be the 2-year Harvest World anniversary stream. Man, where does the time go? Anyway, guys, it's been great. Had a lot of fun tonight. It's always great talking with you. You guys are awesome. And I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Look forward to seeing as many of you as possible again on Sunday. As always, very much appreciate you coming along for the ride. And until next time, take care.